Gaffer, 3-2 win here in Aldershot, the first win of the season. That must be a bit of a relief.
I don't know. I say relief. I think we really played well tonight. I think the first 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, you gave them a couple of opportunities. They hit the frame of the goal. After that, I just felt we just became comfortable. And I had a lot of belief in the lads today, and we came with an attitude to put in a strong performance. And we spoke about it all week, and we spoke about it even before the game. But you're in the dressing room from time to time, and the energy is really good, and you feel like you haven't really got to add too much to the lads. They knew the game plan. We'd given some good detail, and it was about executing it. But ultimately, in these games, which are the derby games, it's as much about heart and effort as much as it is about game plan, and the lads executed their performances excellent and brilliant, and every superlative I could come up with. We gave them an opportunity with a couple of penalties tonight, but I think on the whole we had a few more chances. Mac had a big chance with an excellent bit of play. I think if we hadn't have won the game, I wouldn't have been disappointed with the performance, in fact. But if they'd have got the goal at the end, I just think that there'd have been a lot would have gone wrong for that to happen. So I actually felt quite comfortable even when the referee put 9 minutes up extra time at the end.
Yeah, and talking about that last 10 minutes, before we go back and talk about the goals and the rest of it, that last 10 minutes there, obviously nervy for everyone maybe watching the game, especially in that away end, but those defenders at the back there dealt with every ball into the box perfectly.
Yeah, Louis Semiaza, obviously Nick behind him, solid, 3 men that wanted to defend the goal. And ultimately, that's what they're in the team to do. Without the penalties, we could have earned a clean sheet tonight. But I think if you just came in and watched the last 10 minutes, you'd see a very together team and a very hungry team, and a team that want to play for each other and defend at all costs, even when we went down to 10 men.
Yeah, that Aaron Blair goal, is that a typical Aaron Blair goal?
I thought it was a really good finish. He takes the time he needs, Aaron. That's what we like. That's what we recruited. It's nice for him to get off the mark because he's a number 9 and they want to score goals, and that's normal. But his contribution other than the goal was excellent, and he ran and ran and caused them a lot of problems. I thought him and Macca did really well up top for us today. So he got his goal, which is important for him and the team. But ultimately, his performance was top.
Yeah, and then obviously the other Aaron as well, Aaron Pierre, and that sort of mad 5-10 minutes, I don't know what it was in the end, but 2 goals, one from Aaron Pierre and one from Temi. Brilliant.
Again, from a recruitment point of view, we know Temi's got goals in him, we know Azza's got goals in him. He goes into the box with the aggression to get his head on things, and it was 2 very well worked set plays, and it was nice to see them end up in the back of the net.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to that last 10 minutes again and that defending. Is that is that symbolic of the togetherness, to the fact that the lads are so together? Does that show it on pitch form?
I think it certainly helps. I think when you go down to 10 men and you're defending a lot of balls into the box, and you've got a lot of aerial duels and a lot of competition, and to see the spirit amongst the team, we make training competitive, we make the environment competitive. I spoke about being competitors to the lads, and that epitomises it. That is what the best teams do. And I don't think we're the best team yet by any stretch, but I think that they're the traits that the best teams have, and it's now building on that. And keep pushing and keep demanding. I've said to the team, we won't stop pushing them. Myself and Butts, I won't apologise for it. We'll keep trying to improve and keep pushing where we think we can improve, and set high standards and high demands. And today, to a man, even the energy on the bench with the lads that weren't getting on, the energy is great. And again, to win a game with 10 men always feels something extra.
Yeah, I have to ask you about that McCallum red card. For me, it felt like a ball that he had every right to go for, but what did you make of it?
My view is pretty much where we're standing here, and I think when the touch and it spills away, obviously I played in goal, I know that you're expecting a challenge. And I think Macca's got every right to go for the ball. They can look untidy at times, those sort of challenges, but I think any manager would want their number 9 to try and get a toe to it to score. And did they make a meal of it? There was certainly a bit of noise in the stadium, and maybe the ref made an emotional decision there rather than actually the right one. But it causes us problems, obviously, because we lose a player for a couple of weeks. But we'll have a look at it. I don't know whether it's one we can appeal. We're just obviously we're working on things off the pitch anyway in terms of incoming. So we'll see what we can do between now and the weekend.
Yeah, and just talk about the impact of the substitutes who did come onto the pitch. I know obviously the new boy Xavier came on and maybe didn't have the impact that he would have liked to have had, but he certainly had an impact on the game.
It was the impact that we wanted and we needed. Aaron had run his legs off, and we need Maka in there to keep a bit of physicality and occupy them defensively. And Xavi came on, actually created a couple of chances, and then obviously when Maka left the pitch, he had to run the line on his own for an 18-year-old kid on his first loan to run himself into the ground. And that your lungs go when coming off for the bench anyway and getting his second win. But he's a powerful lad and one that we hope that can add to us. And obviously today he did a big job for us.
Yeah, not for your purposes, for the supporters' view. And I just want to clarify that I did mean that he didn't think he had a bad game, but more he would want to be attacking and having shots, and it wasn't a game for that.
No, I understand, Rick, and the game dictated it. I think he come on added great energy. He's got a goal in him as well, so it's just getting him the opportunity, getting him minutes, and let's see. With young players, you never know until they're out there. You think you can train well, you think you can see a player, but I promise you, the second you go over the white line, they can turn it up, they can turn it down, and I think he showed real good attributes tonight that he's a player that can help us.
Yeah, the noise from the away end, that moment at the end with Louis and yourself and everyone going over and clapping and getting cheers from the crowd, a nice moment.
Yeah, it is nice because of where we are, but also where we've been as well. We've lost our first two games, and that is frustrating. It's frustrating for everyone. The work, I can see the work that's being put in. I know the work that myself and my coaching staff have put in. So, when you don't get what you feel you deserve, and you get criticism, which is the game, there's emotion. If we're not emotional about playing football and winning games, then we're doing the wrong job. And if we don't enjoy the fans feeling so energetic and so positive after a game, then you shouldn't be in the sport as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, fantastic, great for them to come up here midweek and to see so many of them there supporting us at the end and waiting for us to come over to celebrate with them. It's something that we want to experience more and more.
Gaffer, well done, you deserve that.
Thank you.